So fractions for some reason seem to scare a lot of people, but I'd like you to think about them as just a fancy way to break things into pieces. If I had a circle, like a porcelain plate, and I dropped it, it would break apart into different pieces. If I was careful, I might be able to break it exactly into 4 pieces, 4 equal pieces. So each of these pieces is equal to each other, and there's 4 of them in the total, so one of those would be a quarter, meaning that I've taken the one plate and I've broken it into 4 pieces. Same idea here. If I had a big plate of brownies, I could just cut it up into a bunch of different pieces. So I could serve it up to my friends, and here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. So one of these is equal to 1/10 of the brownie. If I wanted to use more than one of them, maybe I give all those 4 pieces. Well, that was 1, 2, 3, 4 of the tenths of the brownie that I gave away to a friend. So try to keep that in mind, that fractions really is just a way of representing something that's been broken into pieces, and basically how many pieces of that you're given. So if I want to look at an example, my class makes me really happy, so I buy 5 big chocolate bars to share with the 20 students. What fraction of a bar does each student get? Well, this one's actually kind of a tricky question. But if we imagine we've got 5 big bars, I've got to figure out what kind of pieces to break these up into so that each of the 20 students get an equal piece. So the first way you could think about that is that I've got 5 bars to share amongst 20 students. So how many times does 5 go into 20? Think about that. What's 20 divided by 5? That gives me 4. Well, if I break up each of my 5 bars into 4 pieces, I should get 20 overall. So if I break each of these bars into 4 pieces, I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 pieces of chocolate that are of equal size. Sorry, they're not drawn very equal, but of equal size that I could give to the 20 students. So what fraction of a bar does one student get? Does each student get? Well, one student would just get that piece there for 1. And that bar is broken into 4 pieces, so that's 1/4, because those are broken into quarters. So if it's helpful for any of those problems, draw out a diagram for yourself and try to visualize how you would be breaking the chocolate up, or whatever it is that you're trying to split apart, money or lollies or just a piece of paper. And keep in mind, it's just a fancy way to break things into pieces.